Welcome back to Pillow Talk.
Swiss edition!
Guys, we moved to Switzerland. Just in case you...
D'accord? That means okay.
That means okay.
Sorry, I'm so bilingual now, trilingual, and so I just slip into French. It's so hard not to when I'm eating my croissant.
Oh my gosh. Neato. So we moved to Switzerland like 4 months ago. And...
Which is crazy, because honestly, I know we talked about it, but it's one of those things where you just wake up
really
and all of a sudden... Yeah, it was kind of like, yeah, sure, we're going to move to Switzerland. And all of a sudden, we're like...
Then we did.
We arrived.
We have arrived. Just in life.
Blossoming out of my cocoon.
Oh, that was so pretty.
I prepared it.
That's fun.
Thanks.
That's really fun. So, I posted on Facebook and Instagram that we were going to do another Pillow Talk. And
give the people what the people want.
Right?
4 of them.
4 of you followers. And by followers, we mean our children, since it's called Pillow Talk for Posterity. So, we have 4 kids. We've been married 14 years.
Which is crazy.
In Switzerland.
14 years. That sounds like a long time.
Yeah.
If we got married right when I was born, I would be...
Gross.
But when you think of it that way, 14, I'd be in high school.
You'd be 14 years old.
What?
That's a really good analogy. If we got married...
Time in Switzerland is very different, too.
The other day, Joe, I had on my jawbone, which is like a Fitbit, and I'm wearing it in bed. And Joe looks over and he's like, "Have you always had that?" I'm like, "Yes, honey. I was born with it."
AKA, that's my way of saying, did you just buy another electronic gadget?
And the answer is yes, I did.
So I realize that I have to preface my statements.
It's a stupid question.
At what date did you purchase that?
Moving along. So we asked you guys what you wanted to know about.
Because we moved to Switzerland 4 months ago.
We're going to keep talking about it because we feel like we just became adults. Never mind the fact that we have 4 children.
4 kids, and we've moved over 10 times.
But we just
what classifies as an adult then? So if you're going to say, at what point do you feel like you're adult in it? Because we still feel like we'll go do something. Remember, we just barely went to Italy.
And we got on a train. We bought train tickets and got on a train and got into Venice and like fed our children and everything.
Yeah, which for most people is probably that's normal. But we're like, oh my gosh, we're totally adulting it. This is what adults do. And then we high-fived
each other, and then we pat ourselves
on the back. Be cool. Act like this is normal. We do this all the time.
It's no big deal.
We totally feed our kids all the time, normally.
That was one of the questions. Let's talk about that. So I asked you guys, what do you want to know about living in Switzerland? And since we're super rookie, and we've only been here 4 months, we don't know a lot. But we can answer your questions.
We can give you a first impression of what it's been like the first 4 months.
So look, I put your questions. There's more than 4. Okay, there's like 20. I put them in a little cute little tin, and then we're going to draw them out and tell you what we've learned. So, first question. It's from Kendra. Oh, this is a good one. What has been the biggest challenge in moving besides leaving family and friends halfway across the world? If I'm being totally honest, I don't feel like we're halfway across the world. I really don't. In fact, I was driving to the grocery store last night. Not terribly late because the grocery store closes at 7 p.m. That's probably the biggest challenge, is that I can't go grocery shopping.
They're not big into convenience. Like, they're more of family over convenience.
Yeah, there's no Target. There's no chain restaurants. I think McDonald's is our biggest deal. Mm-hmm. And I can't go through the drive-thru there because so that's fun. But the biggest challenge, or is it what was the question? It's not.
Line. What was my line? What has been the biggest challenge?
Oh, okay. It doesn't feel like we're halfway across the world, I guess is what I was trying to say. It took until I heard sirens going, wee-oh, wee-oh, wee-oh. And then I realized, we're in Europe. Probably the biggest challenge, though, is just that we don't speak the language. We are in the French-speaking part of Switzerland, right outside of Geneva, and we are
Genève.
And we don't speak French yet. We speak a little bit. We speak un peu.
Je parle un peu le français.
Yeah, we know enough to say, je ne...
Do it.
I don't know if I'm getting it right.
That's why we're doing it though, because then we'll learn over time when we're so fluent.
But they talk to me in French at the grocery store, and I say, "Désolé, je ne comprends pas le français." And I'm fairly certain
That was very good.
that I'm not swearing at them. I think what I'm saying is, I'm sorry, I don't comprehend French.
Comprehend. That was a good translation because we didn't use the word comprehend enough in English. We usually say understand.
Yeah.
I like
so,
it.
je ne comprends pas le français. And
D'accord.
Which means okay. And then usually and then I say,
Mademoiselle.
Parlez-vous anglais?
Monsieur.
And they say, un peu. And then we talk. Also, I've learned how to play charades really well. So, the other day, my super cute neighbor, and I just love him, he came over and he handed me a card, and then
Inside jokes. Don't worry, I'm not a part of it either. Just go along with it.
He looked at, and I wear my pajamas all the time.
Inside the house. You've done a good job. You haven't gone out with pajamas.
I don't go out in pajamas here. That's been the biggest challenge. I can't go to the grocery store in my sweatpants and my Darth Vader outfit. So he comes over and he looks at me in my sweatpants and he goes, close. And then he gives me a card. And I'm like, oh my gosh, is he telling me I need to go buy clothes? So, because I don't understand French and he speaks un peu English. I was like, well, I have a closet full of clothes. I have a closet full of clothes upstairs. I just choose to wear my sweats. And again, he goes,
space issues.
Is it hot in here? And finally, I look at the card, and it's for an alterations place. So he was saying, if I need my clothes sewn or altered, to go to this place. But I initially thought he was just coming down on me for not wearing.
The guilty fleeth before they are pursued.
Like, don't judge me.
But it's those little things. So for example, Hunter and I were in the grocery store, and he had to use the restroom. But
you can't call it a restroom because they'll think you want to take a nap in their bedroom. It happened. It happened. I said, do you have a bathroom?
Is this your story or my story?
It's my story now.
Okay. Sub, go ahead. You go and then you go. And then you go. And then we'll see.
I went into a place and I said, can I use your bathroom? And he was like, bedroom? I'm like, bathroom. And he said, bedroom? I'm like, toilet? And then I went to the bathroom. But not in his bedroom. Okay, tell your story.
Can't compete with that one. And I used to say America like Bernie Mac. I'm going to have to say world. Not world.
Europe.
Because we're international. So we're at the grocery store, but he was freaking out because he's like, Dad, I don't see a bathroom. How am I going to figure out how to ask somebody where a bathroom is? And I thought, as a wonderful father, this is going to be a learning moment.
Just like, figure it out or pee your pants.
No, I did. I said, hey, I want you to figure it out. You're smart. Use your strategies. And finally, it was about an hour later, and I just simply was at the register.
An hour? You made him wait an hour?
Hold up. I didn't make him wait. He chose to wait an hour versus going and asking someone.
Because he doesn't know how to say toilet in French.
Yeah, but I just simply went to the register and I said, toilet? And she pointed. And he was like, Dad, that was so easy. I should have said that. So it was a learning moment.
It's tricky because words like toilet or paper or plastic, those are all very similar to English. Like paper is papier. Plastic is plastique. Toilet is toilette. And so sometimes I feel like a fraud. Like I'm mocking them. Like I'm just trying to speak English with a French accent. And I think they'll understand.
Yeah.
It works.
I think for me, the hardest thing has been, and I didn't realize it was this much a part of my happiness in normal life.
Ice cream.
Well, ice cream too, but I found ice cream, so I'm good now.
That's true.
It was American sports.
Oh, you didn't realize that was such a large part of your happiness?
Well, no, I did, but when I came here, it was hard because I couldn't watch BYU football, I couldn't watch the other football, and I felt so disconnected. I know. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. Like it was withdrawals for several weeks where I'm like, I don't know what's happening in the world, and then we finally got it, and I felt like I was back to normal.
Whole new man.
I'm a new man.
That's nice. Okay, next question. Oh, that was okay. is...
That's the same question.
What's this one? Oh, Madison asks, what is your favorite part of living there? Great question, Madison. Hey, girl. Madison from Farmington, Utah. Favorite part of living here? The people. I love the people in Switzerland. In fact, I think I am Swiss.
I tell people, I say, I married a Swiss girl who happened to be born in America.
Honestly, I got here and I felt instantly at home. It's hard that I can't speak the language and, certain things like that are a little bit tricky, but these are my people. These are my people.
I think the difference is they focus on family and people. So, like, for example, when I go into work, in the U.S., you go into work and you might not even ever know the name of the person sitting next to you. Here, when you go in, you actually go in and physically greet everyone that's in the office. Bonjour.
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 Bonjour, monsieur.
Comment allez-vous?
My favorite part of living here is that I was...
Bien.
Yes.
I'm just spitting out.
We're just speaking all the French we know. It's like 4 or 5
Les
phrases.
poissons.
What does that mean?
I think it means fish because it's from les poissons, les poissons. Ho, 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 how I love to cut the fish. It's from one of the Disney movies.
You're so fluent.
Bonjour.
That is not
Good
from
day.
a Disney
I was
movie.
your fan. Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Name that Disney
Name
movie
that
in the
Disney
comments.
If Joe wins,
Les poissons.
I will recite a haiku about how I did not know that was in a Disney show. So, there you go. The other day, I feel like I'm living in a fairy tale. The other day I was walking down the street and you greet
La rue.
What?
That just means the street.
I'm so lucky.
No big deal.
So lucky.
No big deal.
And there was this cute
I should have a
man,
scarf on right
and
now.
he...
Where's my scarf? Monsieur,
Wardrobe!
mademoiselle,
Okay.
s'il vous plaît.
I was walking down the street, and there was a gentleman, and he encompassed that word to a T, and he had on a beret.
Of course,
and
did he really have on a beret?
I am not lying.
Did he have on the mustache?
He did not have a mustache. And he was an older gentleman, and he had this nice, sparkly silver hair. I'm just trying to give you an idea. And I said, bonjour, monsieur. And he stepped to the side, and he went, bonjour, mademoiselle. I'm like, oh.
Hold on. There's a few compliments in there, too.
I know. I wasn't wearing a ring. I'm like, I am totally going to hit on this guy.
Madame is,
oh, maybe
older.
he did say madame.
Okay. I take it back. Compliment reverse.
Compliment reverse. Okay. Now, we did ask our kids what their favorite part of living in Switzerland. Surprisingly, Hunter's favorite part is going to school. Now, you should know that we put our kids in an all-French-speaking school. We put them straight into the local schools to integrate them, integrate ourselves. We're planning on staying. We're not planning on being here for 2 or 3 years. We're planning on raising our kids here. So we thought the faster we get them integrated, the better. So they go to an all-French-speaking school. Their teachers speak as much English as we do French, which is, again, un peu, which means very little.
We think.
We're not exactly sure, so if you speak French...
Oh, if you speak French, realize all
you should
of our
probably turn
accents.
this off right now.
Yeah. Je ne parle pas français.
But he said his favorite part was school, which surprised me, because sometimes he comes home and tells me it's not school. Yeah. But there we go. Here's our next question. We're going to answer all of them, but let's see. Oh, well, let's see.
Oh, you
I'll
can't
read
pick
it.
and choose.
Okay. My cute niece Haley said.
Well, actually, you can't say who said it because
my cute niece
Haley, when she picked it up,
asked,
she didn't realize it was such a great question
I didn't want to
at first.
make all my other nieces feel bad. She said, "How much have you missed your favorite niece?" And then Brinley asked, "I want to make sure Haley knows that I'm her favorite niece, and so I just wanted to let you know neither of you are."
Yeah.
Just kidding, Avery. You're my favorite.
Let's be honest, though. If we had pictures of our children above our bed,
Collins would be
the biggest picture. I'm just saying. Other kids, we love you.
A lot.
I love you.
Enough to pay for therapy when you realize that your brother Colin is my favorite.
Just kidding. Kind of.
Totally kidding.
Next question.
Okay. Okay. Yep.
What?
Nothing.
Who?
Your mom.
Which camera am I listening?
Okay, Kendra wants to know what... This is a low-budget film. Hair and makeup did not do our spray tans, so it's very upsetting. I want to know what keeps you busy these days in Switzerland. Well, I feel like I'm always busy, but it could just be because I feel like I'm cleaning all the time. Oh, you know what keeps me busy is I am a human taxi. That is one thing that's totally different in Switzerland.
That's true.
They make it very difficult for mothers to work here. Like on purpose.
On purpose.
Genuinely on purpose. So kids go to school, and our kids leave for school around 7:50 in the morning. They come home from school at 11:20 for 2 hours for lunch. And then the bus takes them back to school, and then after like an hour and a half, they're back home. So they're home every day for lunch. So, I mean, they're making food or driving people to school or driving people to work. This guy.
It's a little bit colder, and so it's harder to ride my bike
Which
during
is
the winter
so
time.
cute when he rides his bike. He has a little bing bing.
I would have no problem riding my bike in the winter time, but we want to bond and have additional time together.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Speaking of Switzerland kind of imposing their will, what I admire about Switzerland is they basically say, hey, you don't know what's best for you, so I'm going to force you to do it, and then you're going to do it because it's better for you.
But it's not like the adversary. It's like agency in a very manipulative way.
Let's give them some examples.
Okay, so recycling. You should recycle.
Yeah, I know I should recycle, but it's hard, and I don't know if I'm going to do everything.
Recycle your plastic bottles separate than your plastic and your paper.
So how do you do it? How do you get people to do it?
You say, hey, guess what? Your bags that you have to put your garbage in, and you only have one type of bag, or you will get fined $300. Each bag costs $4.
So basically,
but recycling is free.
Where it counts.
But recycling is free. But you have to take it to the recycling center yourself. So you can either pay $4 per bag.
And they're not huge bags. It's not like these
like
huge
35-liter bags.
Yeah, they're normal. They're little, we need a few a week, and so they.
So you can either pay, a lot of money to throw things away, or you can recycle for free.
Another example: we should all save for retirement. That's a good thing to do. We're going to retire sometime.
Save.
Oh, but America, what's going to happen? I'll give you incentives like a Roth IRA or a 401k to where I'll give you some tax benefits.
Bored. I'm bored.
But Switzerland, what do? I'm going to force you. So I don't even have a chance to say, no, I don't want to save for retirement. I automatically, out of my paycheck, have a certain number that goes out, and then this part's good. They automatically have my company pay a pretty substantial amount towards my retirement. And so I don't even have a chance to say I want to save or don't save. They have automatically, roughly about 15% considering it, coming out no matter what. That's another example. I could give you many more, but this one over here doesn't want to hear.
So bored. Okay, here's one. Mom. Thanks, Mom, for tuning in. She actually asked me this on the phone the other day. I was complaining about, I was trying to help the kids with their homework, which is in French, which I don't speak. And I was so frustrated. And I was frustrated with them, and I was losing my cool. But mostly I was really just frustrated with myself. And I talked to her the next day, and she said, is it harder than you thought it would be? And my answer is no. It is not harder than I thought it would be. We fully planned on it being tricky to move to Switzerland. We fully planned on there being an adjustment period. I even told the kids, I said, you're going to we gave them the option of going to an international school where they speak
Switzerland
English.
gave them the option.
We really did. That's how
you
I know
have different
I'm
options,
Swiss.
but
so they chose the local school. So I said, nobody speaks French or English there. You will probably cry every day for 6 months, but in 6 months you'll be crying to me in French. And they were okay with that. So we didn't come in with the idea of it being fairies and butterflies. We knew it would be tricky. It is so much better than we thought it would be. Yeah. They don't cry every day. They
still hard.
Love life. It is hard. It's
but everything,
totally hard.
Life is hard sometimes.
Yeah, life is filled with tricky things. We choose to look for the positive. So we're happy here. We really, really are.
I think that's probably enough for this episode.
Okay, so we're gonna turn it off.
Wait. Do we have a au revoir, bisous, bisous?
Do you want to be some?
I'm trying to think. What do we do? Oh, that's the other thing that
we'll do that on the next video. Tune in. Okay.